Hey everyone, this is Andrew from SchmitzCustomArms.com. We're going to be talking about the Mossberg 500. We're going to be doing a disassembly, reassembly on it. So let's get started. Alright, so to start this disassembly off, we're going to remove the barrel from the receiver. Simply unscrew the barrel nut. Once you've done that, the barrel should come out of the gun fairly easily. Next, we're going to pop the pin in the receiver. Sometimes you can pull the trigger guard out of there at that point. In this case, it was a little bit stiff, so I went with removing the buttstock first. And so first we're going to remove the butt pad. On this specific model of the Mossberg 500, you do have to remove the cheek piece before you can remove the stock from the receiver. Next, we remove the trigger guard and it just pops right out. Then the primary and secondary shell stops. Next, we're going to remove the bolt carrier. And then the action bar. Next is the bolt assembly. And then the cartridge carrier. Now that the bolt's completely reassembled, we're going to reassemble the receiver. We're going to start by putting the cartridge carrier back in, and you're going to want to make sure that the safety is in the rear position in order to put that in properly. Next, we slide the bolt in. And that'll fit loosely in there. Just try to keep it as square as possible inside of it. Next, we're going to put the action bar into the receiver. And the action bars on this gun are spring-loaded, kind of. They move around a lot, so you're going to need to move them in order to get them to go into the right location. They don't just slide in. And then once you have it in there, we'll position the bolt in a way that it'll receive the bolt carrier. And then the notches on the front of the bolt will actually fall into the cutouts on the action bar. They'll actually go into the cutouts on the action bar. And once it's all lined up, it should slide forward like that. It will have dropped into the bolt assembly and everything should go forward. Next, we're putting in the primary and the secondary shell stops. The one with the cylinder shape on the side of it will go into the corresponding hole, which would be on the ejection port side. And then as we put the trigger group into the receiver, we're going to want to make sure that those secondary and primary shell stops are against the wall properly. And as you can see, I keep messing with them, trying to get them in there properly. And then once it falls in place, we will put the trigger group retainer pin in. That should just push straight in. And the receiver is fully reassembled. Now what we're going to do is we're going to reattach the rear buttstock. And depending on when you bought your gun, it may have a hex head drive nut on that stock screw. It might have a flathead, it just varies. And also the bolts do vary too, so if the bolt in this gun does not look like yours, don't worry, it's supposed to look like the way it is. It's just a different style. So we're reattaching the cheek piece now. Now that the stock is fully back on the gun, we're going to reinsert the barrel. And when taking the barrel off and putting it back on, if you're having troubles getting it in there properly, move the action bar forward or backwards, and that will help to let the barrel seat properly or come out of the receiver properly. Once it's in the receiver, we tighten down the barrel nut and the gun should be good. So now we're just running it through a safety check and make sure that the safety works on the rear of the gun, that it cocks right, that it holds properly, and that should be the Mossberg 500. So this ends our disassembly reassembly of the Mossberg 500. If you enjoyed this, we ask you to please subscribe. We will have more disassembly reassembly videos coming up. If there's something that you'd like to see us do, please leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for watching Schmidt's Custom Arms.